your crazy quarantine in Aussie?
I got really creative. I think of myself as a creative visitor here. I'm trying to think outside the box. So the second I got a quarantine, I sprinted right to the Sydney Opera House and took a selfie in front of it. Look at me, so basic, but it was fun. It's a beautiful place. Architectural marvel.
Amazing. At GMFB with your thoughts. Let's talk Trevor Lawrence and the excitement going on in Jacksonville. It's time for the lead block.
Lead block.
No Sydney Opera House down in Duval, but they do have Trevor Lawrence with a great head of hair, and he was held out of portions of yesterday's minicamp. He had a tight hamstring, but his head coach, first-time head coach in the NFL, Urban Meyer, told the media they were just being cautious, and he said if he had to play a game, he would. He'd be able to do it. He's going to have to play every game if his team wants to be competitive down there. Lawrence should be fine. How is the number 1 overall pick looking so far? Take a listen.
His retention and carryover has been very good. Execution at times, like you would imagine, has been up and down, especially when they start changing the looks up on defense, which obviously is going to happen a ton. Yeah, we're very pleased with where he is. The summer's got to be great, and the training camp's got to be great.
Yeah, I want to just master the offense. I want to have, complete control and know everything and be comfortable. I mean, you can't really play free and play really well if you don't know what you're doing. So that's the goal, is just to master the offense by the time training camp comes around.
Even if I'm out on the sideline and I'm watching him throw to different receivers, it's just the rotation of the ball, the timing, the way he's putting it at away from everybody. It's just insane to see that so early in a quarterback. You're talking about coming in the league, with so much high hopes, and he's proving it.
Nate, these are high expectations. He had so much hype about him that we didn't even talk about him. He goes number 1 overall to Jacksonville. Have you worked out yet what a reasonable expectation is for Trevor Lawrence year 1?
I have, and I'll get to that in a second. I have to mention what I read about his hair. Not necessarily his hair, but what his hair does to other people in the room. Did you guys see that Gardner Minshew cut off his mullet? Like,
yes.
You got good hair if you make Gardner Minshew cut off his mullet. I'm not saying Gardner did it for that reason, but I'm just saying he gone. Yeah. But shout out to Trevor Lawrence and shout out to Gardner Minshew.
That's
can't compete. I'm going to just cut it off. The mania. I still have the mania in my heart, Gardner. The reasonable expectation. I'm not sure what they're going to do within their division. I'm not sure what they're going to do within their conference. So for me, the expectation boils down to his individual success. And if you look at some of the quarterbacks that have had success in their rookie seasons, and I mean just purely stats, touchdowns and low turnovers. Touchdowns and low turnovers. So for me, I would love to see him break the most pass TDs by a rookie. In 2018, while we were still doing this show here on Good Morning Football, we saw Baker Mayfield break it with 27 touchdowns after being the backup quarterback for the first few weeks and then starting as the season started right around the first of the month. And then Justin Herbert, this past season, he throws for 31 pass TDs. So if we saw Baker Mayfield break the rookie record and then Justin Herbert re-break the rookie record, then how about my guy Trevor Lawrence come in and throw for 32 plus touchdowns this season? And if you're saying to me, Nate, I don't know if they have the horses. Yeah, they got him. They got him. This isn't the old Jags where they only got a couple guys to throw to. They have tight end play, they have wide receivers, and they have running backs that can catch out of the backfield. So for me, I'm looking for him to throw 32 plus touchdowns this season.
I'm pushing back on Nate. You said tight end play. Are you referring to one Timothy Tebow? Who's the tight end you're talking about? Are you talking Tebow? Do you think he makes this team?
I am. I do believe he's going to make the team, and I do believe he's going to have 5 touchdowns, Trace. We already talked about this. We have a gentleman's bet on the line. Come on.
I know. I know. Just a chance for you to pull back out of this, but no, you're sticking with it. Herbert was so good last year. I know you're all the way in. You're all the way in. 10 toes down, if you will. Herbert was so good last year. I think that's got to be the standard because I've been hearing about Trevor Lawrence since he was in high school, and then he comes out of the gates. It was incredible at Clemson that freshman year. Gets the national title, and then the next 2 years was just nothing short of unbelievable. So let's say Trevor Lawrence is the best college quarterback we've seen in the last several seasons. The goal should be at least better than the best one last year. And trust me, Herbert was good. To your point, Nate, broke the rookie touchdown record, but he also only threw 10 interceptions. He threw for over 4,300 yards, and he has established the Chargers as like a team that's on the rise. We know they're going to be okay. I don't know what they could surround him with. I don't know what they're going to be okay. You've got Justin Herbert at quarterback. I think about the Jaguars. No expectations for this team. They went 1-15 last year. They have a coach that might have made a lot of buzz when he came back, but I don't think we're talking Urban Meyer a ton. And they are, quite frankly, in a media market that is not the pressure cooker that it might be in a New York or Pittsburgh or even a Green Bay where Jordan Love is going to be taking snaps this year. This is going to be an easy transition for him coming from Clemson, being on national television every single weekend, to now playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, where he might not play in prime time more than one time all year. So for me, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert is the goal for year one. If I can get that kind of season where the Jaguars are in good shape for a decade to come and we feel confident and we're now suddenly being discussed as an ascending team, that's a major victory. But let's not get it twisted. I don't see the Jaguars in the Super Bowl anytime soon. And I certainly don't think that we're going to be talking Trevor Lawrence or Patrick Mahomes. Who would you rather have midway point through the season?
Peter, that's very reasonable. I don't know about you guys. I feel like our show really takes off when we focus on being reasonable. We would have won the Emmy for Best Daily Show if we'd just been more reasonable. In case you didn't know, we lost an Emmy to SportsCenter, which is like a Brooklyn Nine-Nine losing to 60 Minutes. It was a strange pairing, but I'm going to try to be more reasonable here. I actually am not. I'm not here for reason because Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be one beyond reason. All these guys you can bring up, I don't want to compare him to Justin Herbert. Peter, if Lawrence is what we've cracked him up to be, he picks Herbert out of his teeth. This is not your garden variety first-round quarterback. It's not your garden variety number one overall pick quarterback. Guys, this ain't Jared Goff. This is not Jameis. This is not Baker. This is the one who was promised. What are the expectations for the Jags this year? The playoffs. First of all, I feel like you have to win about 5 games these days to make the playoffs. Second of all, he's got God's gift to coaching in Urban Meyer, which I think is extremely significant. They drafted every single offensive player, ones they didn't even need, ones that didn't even make sense, just to throw everything on the field for this beautiful blonde-haired Christ child quarterback. Yes, a wild card is completely reasonable. And by the way, I'll just be this guy as long as we're being reasonable. Check the schedule. Check the schedule. They open with Houston. Houston might be nuclear right now. I don't know what Houston's plan is in general. That's a win. I looked at this schedule, and this is actually not crazy. Oh my God, you guys even have it. I didn't even ask for it. This crew should have won the Emmy. All right. So by my count, look at the schedule: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't play a top tier quarterback until week 8, second column at Seahawks. You got the Broncos, the Cardinals, the Bengals, Titans are good, fine. But what I'm saying is, guys, I think it's realistic, and I don't need to remind everyone that this dude has never lost a regular season game. Not in college, not in high school. Playoffs. That's your reason right there. Reasonable playoff appearance in year 1, Sydney Tower. Oh, that way.
Yeah, I don't care about the logo on the time. I'm with you, Kyle. I'll double down with you. Playoffs. If you want to be compared, and Triggs, I'm going to come back to you for your retort to Kyle. If you want to be compared to Andrew Luck and do that, then you got to do that. You have to take he took a horrendous Colts team there year 1 back in 2012. Like, if those are the comparisons, I think as far as number 1 overall picks go, Triggs, I want your opinion on this. I feel like he's pretty well supported. This is not the worst surrounding cast of talent that we've seen around a number 1 quarterback with maybe a team that hasn't been relevant in a while. So to me, it's not unreasonable to expect that from him based off what we've seen from other rookie quarterbacks in the past. What do you think of what Kyle said?
It's fair. Look, and we've seen Mark Sanchez take a team to the AFC Championship game. We've seen Joe Flacco take a team to the AFC Championship game. It's not unheard of in year 1 to take your team on your back and say, let's go. I just think Jacksonville in the AFC with teams like Buffalo and Kansas City and Cleveland and Baltimore and Pittsburgh, to just say they're going to be one of the top 7 teams is asking a lot. Now, could they win the AFC South? They would need the Titans and the Colts to absolutely fall on their faces, I think. And this is nothing against the Jaguars. I'm telling you, I see good things in the future. But Nate Burleson is projecting Laviska Shenault as the number 1 breakout wide receiver in the entire NFL, and Tim Tebow as a 5-touchdown tight end, a position he's never played in his life. It's asking a lot, and it's not just on Trevor Lawrence. Kay, to your point, that Colts team, they were coming off a terrible season, but 2 years before that, they had Peyton Manning, and they were in relevant playoff games. The Jaguars, this is a long way away.
All right, Kyle, in order to win this Emmy, I'm going to start early. You know, we got to be like other shows. So, Kyle, boop, boop, boop. You get 7 points for the schedule guy.
Yeah.
Great job, Kyle. All right. Just trying to be like other shows, man. You know, we got to win this Emmy. You feel me? 7 points for you, man.
Nate, 5 touchdowns for Tebow? 5?
Yeah. Yeah, 5. I get 5 points.
That's the Emmy winner for best sports analyst in all of TV. I love you for that, Nate. We needed that.
At GMFB.
Herbstrit's falling on the ground right now.
We're going to add another person to the